So, Atari's Gone Done relaunched another one of its old IPs in an unfathomable way then. Whew, this should be good. Not content with turning Alone in the Dark, a once single-player horror experience, into an online cooperative multiplayer shooter, Atari have now turned their attention to Asteroids, rebooting the classic arcade shooter into a multiplayer sandbox survival game, because, I guess sandbox survival games are big at the moment, I guess? I mean, that's the best explanation I can think of. For all I know, they might have just gone mental. Asteroids Outpost, which has just released on Steam Early Access, is so different from the 1979 source material that I thought I'd cobble together this little video comparing both games. In Asteroids, the objective is pretty simple. Shoot asteroids, shoot UFOs, survive. Asteroids Outpost is not so simple. In fact, it's got one hell of an identity crisis. For a start, apart from the one the game is set upon, there are no asteroids in here at all. These things raining down from the sky, these are technically meteors, which means the title of the game is kind of inaccurate. At best, it should be called Asteroid Outpost. All the action here comes from blasting meteors out of the sky, mining them for ore, and then converting that ore into new sections for your outpost. Think tower defense meets base building meets Rust. And yes, if you think that sounds like an odd combination, you'd be right. These elements fit together rather awkwardly, and at the moment the flow of the gameplay is terrible. At the start you pick a plot of land, build your main base and attach a turret to it. That turret will then automatically start targeting the approaching meteors, hopefully stopping any of them before they can turn you into Space Jam. All well and good, but it's not until you jump onto the turret and take control of it yourself that the meteors start dropping ore which can be mined. The shooting itself is dull and clunky and more a test of patience than skill. But once you've got bored, you can leg it out of the base, mine the ore by spamming it with a pea shooter, and then try to hotfoot it back to safety before your O2 tanks run out of oxygen, which takes only about 30 seconds. I mean, seriously, that is one rubbish spacesuit. I might as well just be holding my breath out there. Anyway, then it's back to more tedious rock farming as you start the cycle all over again. Thrilling. Now, for its time, the inertia controls of Asteroid's tiny little spaceship were state-of-the-art. Real groundbreaking stuff that helped towards making it Atari's best-selling arcade game. Bearing that in mind, let's take a look at some of the physics in the current iteration of Outpost. Okay, so far so different, but here's a big similarity for you. In the original Asteroids you could only have one player playing at a time, and judging by this server list, which I recorded on the 30th of March 2015, the same can be said about Outpost. There's nobody playing it at all, save for like 3 people, and that's probably because it only takes about an hour to experience everything the current early access build has to offer. After that it's just back to shooting rocks with a crap gun for infinity. The original game was addictive, exciting, fresh and iconic, while Outpost in its current form is just plain boring, and after 90 minutes of playtime it left me wanting for the sweet, sweet release that only a meteor to the face can deliver. Goodbye, cruel and boring world! Now, just for the record, I've got no problem with remakes and reboots. By all means, reimagine your old games, breathe some fresh life into the classics and bring them to a whole new audience. Just don't take a random game and slap a famous name on it in what looks like a cynical bid to cash in on current trends and gamer nostalgia. For a company that is almost solely responsible for starting the home console market, modern day Atari seems so out of touch with not only the fans of its old IPs, but also with the needs and wants of current video game consumers. Seriously, I'd laugh if it wasn't all so damn sad. Still, at least they won't be doing this sort of stuff with any of their other titles.